Yeah, man. I'm on my way to the title company, man, to grab this check. Now, this shit right here, man, this is why I'm calling this shit Chase the Bag, man. Y'all have no idea what I went through to get this deal closed. This shit started off, I didn't even think this deal was gonna close, bro. This shit was, it was bad. Just a bunch of problems. But this is what I'm telling you with this shit, man. A lot of people, this don't work, man. You got to really get out here and make shit happen, man, and chase this shit, man. I had, man, talk to the title company, coordinate with the seller, the buyer, all type of shit, man, and just keep going. This is the most work I put in for a deal ever, man. This shit was real fucking stressful, and this shit finally just closed, so I'm able to go grab this motherfucking check. But man, it was some crazy shit. Like the buyer, matter of fact, the seller, it was a brother and sister, and they was deeding the house back and forth. Like, 1 year the house was in the sister's name, the next year it was in the brother's name, and then so the title company is like, man, what the fuck is this? They thinking that they was married, it was divorced, so they thinking all this, man. It was a bunch of crazy shit. But long story short, man, you just gotta stick at that shit, man. It's like I be telling people, man, you gotta like really be persistent with shit, man. One of my cousins, man, I be putting him up on this shit, man, because I know he can pull this type of shit off, man. He's real smooth with the way he carry himself, so he's a businessman. But he be I got him on a drive for dollars, but he like, cuz this shit ain't working, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't working. I'm like, how many letters did you send? You doing this shit every day. Like, I tell people, man, I locked my first deal in 30 days. I locked it up in about 30 days closing. It took 2 weeks to close because the city had to do an inspection. It was a vacant, so it could have closed in right above a week and right above a month if everything would have been in place, man. But that shit was a cliffhanger. And imagine just coming home from the joint and you need that paper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, this shit might not go through. So yeah, you know what, that first one, that was a motherfucker too. I ain't gonna lie to you. But like I tell people, man, you gotta, like, I got that shit because it was every single day. I'm calling, I'm writing letters, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna throw some shit out there one time and that's just it. No, I'm following up. I'm persistent. Hey, did you think about what we said? I'm at people, man. So on the real, you just gotta stay at it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't always easy, man. You got deals where it's easy, it's a cakewalk, man. But sometimes, man, shit'll stress you out, man. You know what I mean? Because this deal went from on the problem list at the title company. They said it was a problem list. I went over there. I was closing another. I'm like, what's up with this deal? They like, that's on the problem list. I'm like, problem? What do you mean? So I had to talk to the title examiner, all type of shit. You know what I mean? And so, but he just basically broke everything down, and I was getting all the information. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really put in the work too. Sometimes you can't just leave shit up to everybody else. I got a good title company, true enough, but it's just certain shit you gotta push for yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta get in the middle, get your hands dirty, man. Roll your sleeves up, man. If you really want that check, man, you want to get that paper, man, you gotta do some shit yourself too sometimes, man. But it'd be worth it in the end, man, because you look at it, man, it's like, for the type of check that you get, man, yeah, I put in some stressful time. It was stressful, but in all actuality, it was less than the work. It was less than 8 hours that I had to put in on this deal. You know what I'm saying? Start to finish. You know what I'm saying? So for one day, to make a decent check, man, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? But some of the shit be stressful, man, because it's like, this shit gonna close today. Then tomorrow you're like, oh shit, fuck it, it ain't gonna work. Then you see a window, you like, oh, if I just connect this dot, if I just call them and tell them this, just do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my big thing, man. You gotta chase the bag. When I say chase the bag, you gotta chase that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be sitting back like giving up and just, man, settling for shit, man. If I got my mind fixed on something that's gonna work, that shit gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna cut through all the red tape, man, to figure out how to make it work, man. You know what I mean? It's no losing for me, bro. I can't do that, man. I ain't in no position to do that shit. You know what I mean? You gotta win. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna figure out a way to win at all costs, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna really just Man, I done put my back against the wall a few times, man, since I touched down, man. You know what I'm saying? And gambled on myself, and it always works out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really just gotta believe in yourself, man. I think that's why it works for me, because I just really know that it's gonna work. You know, situations where other motherfuckers would have quit this deal. You know what I'm saying? It was just too much shit to jump through. But not me. I ain't on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I need it. You know what I mean? So, you know, just keep that shit pushing, man. You gotta stay, like I said, you gotta just stay persistent, man. You gotta stay chasing it, man. You know what I mean? Every single day you wake up. Now, I wake up early as hell planning on how I'm gonna make some paper out of this business. And I ain't, you know, I don't multitask. I understand some people don't believe in this shit like I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't multitask. I stay focused on one thing. This is all I do. This is it. Just left off that title company, man. Got the hoods. See how the money breaks down. I really don't care about the other money. Who pay what? Just what they paying me. My shit pay off though. I'm about to do a Skype call with one of my callers. This right here, I'm just gonna put her up on some shit that I use. So what I'm about to tell her is basically training for anybody that's getting on the phones. I know I told y'all to get on the phones and call people. So the shit I'm about to tell her is exactly what I would tell all y'all. So this is simple training that people will probably pay a lot of money for. And again, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm just starting to build my business. You know, a lot of people, they'll wait till their business is already perfected and then they'll start showing people the shit when they're confident about the shit. Again, let me tell you, I don't have a foolproof system yet. I'm used to doing everything myself, so and you know, I know how to do everything myself. I'm not one of these guys that just start hiring shit out and I don't know how to do it. So I can teach people how to do everything that I did. I did everything start to finish. Did hella deals, you know. I'm not gonna say hella deals, but I'm saying I've done my share of deals. You know what I mean? Start to finish, from going out finding them, talking to people, and then getting rid of it with the cash buyers, start to finish dealing with the title company, all that. So I'm just gonna let y'all grow with me, you know, see how I build everything up. So I'm gonna jump on the call with her. I'm gonna give her some advice and points because I need her to start closing shit off herself. You know, she's been with me for about a month or something like that, a couple months now. So, you know, instead of just giving me some good leads, I wanted to start closing shit up. So this is gonna show y'all exactly what y'all should be doing on the phone when y'all call people. This is real simple. Just check it out, see what y'all think, see if it works for you. You get everything that I sent you this morning with the script and everything? Okay.
I was actually reading it and I forgot that I thought you were gonna call, but I was actually looking at my time, so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to add something in there. You know, the big thing I want you to, you know, I really want you to start taking everything start to finish. So I'm gonna start giving you everything that I have and what I've used to get everything. So I mean, by the time I talk to them, you have everything else out of the way. This is one thing I want you to write this down right now.
Oh, hold on. Just get my notepad.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready.
Yes, hold on. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, this is one thing you can do to get the price. This isn't the most accurate price, but this will do. One thing, this is the formula that I'm going to use. For the ARV, we're just going to use the Zestimate. So just say the Zestimate, because when you're on Mojo, all you got to do is push the Zillow and you'll find the Zestimate. So you get the Zestimate, multiply that by 0.75.
0.75.
Yep, multiply that by 0.75. That's the price that you're fighting for right there. As long as you can get them somewhere around that price, you know we have a deal. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly that, because I really want to get them under that. But that's just for you to just make sure you know if this is it. If it's nowhere close to that, we don't really have a deal, because it's other stuff I have to factor into that equation also after you get them down to that price. So we have to get them down to that price. And like I said, to get them down to that price, this is where, you know, the bullet part, you know, when you start closing deals, you can start hiring people to help you with your business. You don't got to do everything yourself now. First thing I do is, you know, hire some callers, you know, so they can do all the calls and I can do other shit. Like I can go on the appointments and I ain't got to worry about the calls not being made. So what I'm doing is I'm teaching my callers about, I call it bullets. You know, when you're negotiating price, you're basically in a standoff with the seller. You know, it's a shootout. You know, it's just like the Wild Wild West. And I tell them, I load them up with bullets. You know, I give them things to say to bring the price down and negotiate. So, you know, we call them bullets. I call them bullets. You know, they give me a price. They throw a price out there. You know, okay. What if I agree to pay all the closing costs? That's one bullet. They come down a little bit. What if I can close quick, under 7 days? That's another bullet. And so on and so forth, man. So, you know, you come in with a loaded clip. A lot of people, they mush everything together and they just say everything at once. That's the worst thing you can do, because then you sitting there in the shootout, you ain't got no bullets left. You done. You know, they gunning at you, you don't have nothing left. You just sitting there ducking. They stand on their price. So, you know, I tell people to use their bullets wisely, and I give them about 6, maybe 7 bullets that they can shoot when they negotiate price. So just check it out, you'll see. You know, like I told you, we're talking about the bullets, you know, one at a time too. You know, if we agree to pay all the closing costs, what's the lowest price you would accept with an all cash offer? And, you know, we sit back and let that go for a second, you know, see what they say there, how do they respond to that. We're just throwing stuff out there to see what they say. We're negotiating now. It's like a standoff, you know. So then, you know, what if we can close quickly in less than a week? You know, stuff like that. So all the bullets, you got to utilize those one at a time. And, you know, that comes with all the qualifying, the pre-qualifying. We got to start pre-qualifying. You have to start pre-qualifying much harder, much deeper, because in order to get to Podio, these people have to be appointment ready. We're not going to waste, we're not going to waste any more time, because this is what you're going to be expected to do, is get these guys very pre-qualified, because your skill level, that's just what I'm expecting from you. Now, somebody else, I might not need them to do it, because I might not trust them to pre-qualify. But you, I know what you're capable of, so I need you to start getting these people all the way closed off. And this is with the intro script. That's why I added a little bit more where it says. So
this is actually what you use when you close the deal?
Yes.
The script?
Wow. No, well, the bullets are pretty much what I'm using to close off. You guys are pretty much the script. This is why I'm giving you everything, you know, with the script. Yeah, this is what I kind of put, you know, because, you know, everybody's gonna say how much you're gonna give me. And, you know, a lot of people would just say, well, that depends on the condition. Can you tell me everything? This is where I want to say. That where I have in the script where it says that kind of depends on the condition and how much we would have to put into the property for updates and repairs. See, what we do with the houses is bring everything up to 2020 standards. See, now by doing that, what we're doing is we're introducing them and we're opening their mind up to know that if your house doesn't look like that, we need to work on it. You know, where it says, you know, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, brand new cabinets for kitchen and bathroom, new carpet, flooring, etc. You know, and that's why I said, when I put that thing that says, you get the picture, because that's what we're doing. We're painting a picture for them. We're making them understand what we're going to do with the house. So we're not just coming in with a low ball offer. You know, we actually have to spend money to get this house where we have to you know, relist it. So that opens their mind up to understand we're not just lowballing you. This is what we're gonna have to do. So you're gonna have, if your house doesn't look like this, you're gonna have to be flexible on the price. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I'm actually looking at it right now.
Yeah. And then with the other part where it says, you know, where they say they're thinking about listing it. Okay, what are you thinking about listing it for? 300. Okay, so now we break it down into this. Okay, so after 6% realtor fee, 3% closing costs, and let's just say 1% miscellaneous fees the title company seems to always throw in there, you're looking at about 270, right? Well, I guess if you break it down like that, sure. Okay, what if we can be somewhere in the neighborhood of that and do an all cash offer, so you don't have to sit around waiting for months to see if the realtor actually closes it. So then they say they might like that. So then this is the big kicker right here, where we're opening their mind up to negotiate even more. Well, this is where you say, well, let me sit down with my boss and run some numbers. And you know, I'm sure we can get close to that number, give or take 10 or 20,000. So we're opening their mind up to going a little bit under what we already talked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're hinting, and we're just seeing how they're going to react. Now, if they react, well, no, we're, 10 to 20, no, and they're firm on that price, well, then we might not have to deal. But, once we say that, once you say that, and they say, okay, now we know we have a flexible seller. They're flexible. So this script, just look it over, digest it. And I want you to kind of, make sure that you're using that part when they ask, how much you're gonna give me, what's your offer. We're not putting anything in the polio just because they said they want to offer anymore. I can't have you doing that. You're way too advanced to just end right there. You're gonna have to start taking this a little further. So we're gonna have, this is what you're gonna have to do. This is exactly what I do. Once I get them on the line, they say they want to, they want to offer. Okay, well, that kind of depends on the condition. And this is exactly what I say. This is what I'm using verbatim, what I use and what I say to people to open them up. So I get, make sure they get the picture of what's going on. So this is where I need you to step in. And then, okay, we got that out the way. And once we get to pricing, and what, with the Zestimate, and write this down because this is something you can use to see where they're at with the price. Zestimate, first of all, the Zestimate, that's not the most accurate information about what the property's worth anyway, but for what I need done is good enough. But I know some people are like, 0.7, 0.75, 0.75 is 0.7. No, I don't care what people are doing. You're gonna lose a lot of deals that way. I just need you somewhere around that number and I can start negotiating. So, I'm gonna do ARV. And like I said, there's different ways to get the real ARV. But this is good enough. So anybody that's calling for me, they know about what price to be at. So, we're gonna do the Zestimate times 0.75. And for anybody that's just starting off, that's good enough for you. That's where you want to be at, around that number. So you realize if somebody's giving you a price and they're not anywhere around that price, then it's way off. It's a deal. And then after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of just, if they don't give us a price, we're not gonna throw it out there. We're gonna take that number. We're gonna say, like I'm telling her 200, and I think I went a little bit above on the video. I went up. You want to go 20 down, 20 up. I think I went all the way up to 240. But say something like, see prices in that area are probably around 180 to 220, maybe 230 at the most. Is that about where you want to be at? So you're getting them down around there. You're not really getting them set in stone, but it's a good negotiating tactic, man, to just get their minds open, and then you start getting them around that area, and then after that you start throwing your bullets if they're a little bit above. Once you get that formula, when you're talking to them exactly how far off of the price they are. So then once they start saying, okay, we got the condition out of the way, now we're back to what's the offer. They're not throwing out a number. Okay, use that number that you got, the equation that you got from the Zestimate times 0.75, go a little bit under that and go a little bit over that, 20,000. Okay, so let's say that after you do that equation, you have the number is Zestimate times 0.75, the number is 200. Okay, tell them this. Well, I see a lot of houses in that area, and write this down. I see a lot of houses in that area are selling for around 180 to about 240 or 250. Is that kind of the neighborhood that you want to be in?
Okay.
So we're still not throwing an off route that we're leaving it up to them. We're basically we want them to volunteer as much information because we don't want to say a price too high and they're going to go lower. You know what I mean? So take that, and if we get them anywhere around there, then we're working with something that could possibly turn into a lead that will convert. So, and like I said, they say that price. Okay, well, yeah, it's 200. Okay, they say, well, yeah, 220 I probably could take. Okay, then that's when you start shooting your bullets at them. We got them at a price, and it's close to where we need them at. But now we still have to shoot some bullets. We got to shoot some bullets. Bullet number one: if we agree to pay all the closing costs, do you think you can come down just a little bit? Because we're going to pay all the closing costs. Stop. Let them answer. Well, maybe I can come down to maybe 210. What if we close quickly? Let's say a week or less. And that's not going to work for everybody. Some people are not worried about the time frame. But then, okay, well, they may take down another 5,000. Then we shoot another bullet We're not realtors, remember that. So we're leaving the 6% commission out of this. What we agree on is what you net. Well, if you put it like, well, maybe I can come down to 200. Just start shooting.
Oh, so every bullets that you have there, I need to start shooting an amount.
No, that's why we're shooting them one at a time. Because I mean, a lot of people they'll clutter all this stuff up. They'll mask all this stuff together. Now they're sitting in a gunfight with no ammo. Now the seller's shooting at you, and you can't shoot back. Well, this, that, and they come up with all types of reasons why they need to stand firm on the price. And now we have nothing left to shoot. You know what I mean? So one bullet at a time. Conserve, use your ammo wisely, and just be patient, because you're like me. We get excited when we're on the hunt. When we're chasing, we get excited. Because that's why you remind me of me so much on the phone, because you get ready and you start talking quick, just like me. But we have to reserve ourselves, because we'll use all of our ammunition immediately. We can't do that. We need to save it, because we're in a gunfight. This is like a fight. We're in a standoff. We have to basically make sure that we have enough ammo to last us through the whole fight, because for everything we say, the seller's gonna have something to say too. And if we don't have them, at that number where I told you to get at, the estimate times 0.75, we don't have them anywhere around there, we don't have a deal. So start looking at that, and understanding why I erase some leads, because they're not even close to that number, that equation right there. And that's where you need to get them. So I need you to start looking at that, getting them to that price. And then once we get them to that price, we pretty much have a deal, bro. Everything is done. So then you don't have anything to worry about. You already know this is a true deal. This deal is going to convert, because if they agree to something around there, and I'm pretty sure we can work with that. We can get that converted, even if I can't get them to drop it down anymore when I go on the appointment. So once we get them down to that number right there, anywhere around there, especially if we can get them under that number, we're in good shape. But once you get them there, anything that comes in the Podio should pretty much be appointments for you from now on. These could be set appointments. Okay, well, I think we're pretty much eye to eye on price. Do you have time for us to come and look at the property? Brian's probably going to be the one to come out to the property. I do most of the calling. So you have time for us to come through the property sometime this week. Set the appointment. Once we have them at that price, set the appointment. Everything that we're coming in the Podio now from you, this is why I need you to step it up. These should be appointments. These should pretty much be appointments, because I gave you everything that I'm doing behind the scenes. Everything that I'm doing behind the scenes, this is pretty much what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm doing. So you can do everything just as good as me. I've heard you on the phone. You talk just as good as me, if not better in certain situations. I haven't listened to you lately, but I'm talking about at the beginning. People were throwing stuff at you, and you were just responding better than I could have. So once you have all the ammo, this is where I need you at. I need you to start really getting these to pretty much they're almost closed. These are appointments. Now the next level is gonna be, you're gonna start sending out your own contracts, so you can track. I want you to start tracking all these leads that you come up from start to finish. So I'm gonna start putting more responsibilities on you. It's gonna come with more. I'm gonna up the ante for you. It's gonna be worth it, But I just want you to start being able to keep track of everything, so you personally know what's going on with all your leads and why they're not converting. Because you probably can send in a lot of leads, and it's just like if they're not converting, that means this is what I have to go through with everybody. So you need to start seeing the process of what I do, and you need to take that over for yourself, because at this point, it's time for you to get these closed up, and then at the same time you have the comfort of knowing that you made the progress yourself. You know what's going on. So my big thing is, when I'm on the phone, I don't want anybody to mess my deals up. You know what I mean? So I want to know that at least I have all the information, all the ammo, and if something goes wrong, it's because of me, and I know where it's going wrong. So the next time I get somebody that's similar on the phone, then I can use that to my advantage. But So that's it. That's pretty much it right there. You know, take that information right there and start using that. I want you to read this script.
After work, I'm gonna have to start, practicing and practicing.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for now, man. That's enough game for now, man. I'm out here putting these bandit signs up, man. I'm gonna put y'all on that real soon, man. But take that shit and run with it. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute.